All right, this is the fighter and the kid. I'm back from New York. Back from New York. I don't really have
Nothing?
but I had sold out crowds. I'll be in San Francisco this weekend, guys. Good news at the Punchline. So come on down. That's all that matters, isn't it?
I feel like we haven't been in quite some time because our last podcast with the boss at the Inside MMA Studios.
Well,
You forgot how to get here. I have to send you the address. For sure remember where you were.
For sure remember.
For
Well,
sure try and remember where you were.
I got off the plane and I realized we had a podcast after being in New York and drinking too much wine. And by the way, you can't walk out of your door in New York City without spending $200. Good luck trying to spend under $100 in New York
Not
City.
a New York guy.
No, because you haven't been with me, my friend.
I know. You said you tried getting me to go.
Well, because
Hey,
what you
Brian,
do
I
is
have to
you
train.
walk around with a hot dog in your hand, staring up at the buildings in Times Square like, this is a huge city. I need a popsicle. That's not how you do New York, bro.
Wow. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's my New York experience.
This
but-
is you. This is Brendan
No, I
in
look
New
for
York.
pizza.
I need pizza and popsicles. Yummy, yummy, my tummy. That's what you say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's right. And people go, what's with the guy with the closed beers? I wonder if he fights in the WWE.
WWE.
We went into Starbucks and the woman goes, WWE's in the house. WWE's in the house. I was like, no, he's a professional fighter.
Yeah.
Would you ever do the WWE? You couldn't handle that.
No, wait, hold on.
physically
You mean
hard.
hold up. You mean someone's gonna pay me to act like I'm fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could handle that, Brian.
Like $500,000 or $1 million?
You mean if I was like Brock Lesnar and was like, you know what? I don't like how Kane punched me in the face or over him kicked me in the liver. Let me go fake it and get millions of dollars.
By the way,
yeah, I could do that.
Not a bad, because you're a looker.
not mad at him.
You're a looker, and you could actually get away with it. You'd have to go on the juice. We'd
You'd
have to
be
put
juiced up.
about 50 pounds on you.
Yeah, 50 pounds.
So,
I'd
yeah.
have to be. I'm 250 pounds right now. I'd have to be 300.
We'll get
pounds.
you up to about 300.
300.
Yeah, we get you about 300. We
I'd
get-
be the Ultimate Warrior because I am tan.
we get you
Or I'd
tatted
be
up.
like Macho Man. I'd be like Macho Man Randy
You'd
Savage.
be Big Brown, bro.
That's true. I could
You'd
be
be Big Brown.
I like it.
You'd be the Apache. You'd be the Apache
No, man.
Jewish man. We'd call you the Apache Hebrew.
No, you know what?
The Hebrew Apache.
It'd be like Big Brown, the Undertaker, and you'd be like my weird guy. Remember the weird guy the Undertaker had? He would hold that weird
Dude,
remains.
yes. Or what I
That'd
would
be
do is I
you.
would shave my whole body down,
No, what?
and I would
What?
paint myself pink, and I'd
What?
come out in a diaper, and I'd be Big Baby, Big Baby, and Big Brown.
No, I don't like
Why?
that.
What's the matter?
That got
too
weird.
much.
Too much.
Why?
be-
And I talk like this.
It's disgusting.
He's gonna beat everybody. I'm Big Baby. Is that creepy?
Big Baby. Super creepy.
One of our producers, it looks like he's about to throw up over there. Look at him, Carlton.
Carlton's not having it.
Carlton, you are. I wish our viewers could see Carlton, because he stepped out of The Great Gatsby. I mean, you obviously have a drawing room and
Stepped out of the great,
And you write-
straight off the set of the Great
yeah,
Gatsby.
he writes with a
looks like
feathered
Tobey
pen.
Maguire.
Writes with a feathered pen. He probably has his girl's name is probably Cynthia. Cynthia.
Or Abigail.
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 Abigail, look what this messenger pigeon brought me. A good day to you as well, sir. That's cocktail party said. In fact, if you go to Carlton's house, it's like a portal into the 1920s.
Just
And you hear
all
that-
old school.
Yeah, I see one of those old chronographs with the big just the speaker.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
He's fresh off Abbott Kinney. He'd fit right in with Abbott Kinney.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
hipsters.
By the way, thanks for making fun of my.
First of all, I pick up Brian on the way here,
Yeah.
and he has a sweatshirt on. You for sure stole it from Oscar the Grouch. It's green.
Dude, it's J. Crew. It's cashmere.
J. Crew Sesame Street
No.
edition.
No, it's cashmere.
J. Crew Sesame Street. Oh wow. You got black V-neck on. Surprising. I could have called that.
I apologize.
It's
for
actually
my
a
arms.
loose neck. It's like a U-neck.
It's a little bit loose.
Did you watch most of the fights this weekend?
Yes, I did.
Let me tell you something about the fight. So most listeners know Rhonda is a very close friend of mine. I get most nervous for when she fights.
Yes.
All my other friends who fight, I'm good. These are grown-ass men. They'll get back on the horse. They'll fight. But with Rhonda, it's just different. I get super, super nervous. I almost break out into highs. It's weird.
Yes, you do.
So I like to watch it by myself. You know this. I cannot stand watching it with you and your friends.
Yeah, you can't stand it. Too many
So
questions.
I was supposed to watch it with Tony Jeffries, my boxing coach, who I can watch with. He's educated. He won't make stupid-ass comments. And probably about a half an hour before the fights, I'm going to pick him up. He goes, bro, can't watch it over here. My wife has chicken pox. She's pregnant, has chicken pox. Which is, I thought only happened to third graders, but apparently you're pregnant, chicken pox didn't happen. So he's like, we got to figure somewhere else to watch. He goes, I got a place. I told him, I go, bro, you know me, man. I cannot stand watching with other people. He goes, I know. I don't know what else to do. This guy's cool. He's from Denver. You'll love him. So I pick Tony up. We drive down there. I walk in. It smells like weed. All these guys are, no offense, Brian. All these guys are 40, 45 years old. For sure smoking weed. Yeah. For sure no one's grown up.
That's
right. They have Megadeth shirts on. There's
That's
one
a
with
problem.
a Grateful Dead shirt.
I'm already depressed.
Right away I look at Tony. I'm like, bro. He's like, dude, we'll just watch the fights. Don't pay attention to them.
Get ready for the questions.
No, I have a hoodie on. I put a hood on my head and I sit in the corner while they're all getting some eat. So they barely see me. They don't recognize.
They don't know
me.
you're a fighter.
They have no idea.
Okay.
They don't recognize me.
Good.
The main card starts, so we're watching the fights. Mm-hmm. This one guy, the dork of all dorks goes, bro, I've done some training in my life. One thing you do not want, cauliflower ears. I'll tell you what, bro, you get cauliflower ears, your ears grow enormously big, and they don't stop growing. He goes, I'm telling you, man, you see a guy with cauliflower ears, and he's talking, Tony's laughing, and I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, oh, man, how bad can this get? And then probably about halfway through the first round, one guy looks at me. I can see him. He's a little drunk or high. He's staring at me, and he goes, holy shit, man. Are you Brendan Schaub? I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, oh, shit. And he starts explaining to the guys who I am. Here come the questions. I just want to watch the fights. Here comes the questions. Not making this up. The high 50-year-old in the corner, who I wanted to give a huge motivational talk with. I just wanted to give him a chat. He's eating Cheetos, eating Cheetos. Goes, bro, I'm trying to watch the fight. Yells over everyone. Goes, bro, do you know Mike Lee? I said, how would I know Mike, man? He goes, he did a little bit of wrestling in high school. I'm not making this up. I go,
you mean from Denver?
and I go, no, this guy's not from Denver. This is some surfer dude from Orange County who's 50 with Cheeto fingers who I wanted to give a motivational speak to. He goes, you know Mike Lee, bro? I look at Tony. He goes, this guy serious? And he goes, how would I know Mike Lee? He goes, he did a little bit of wrestling in high school, man. I go, so I know every high school wrestler? He goes, maybe not. Okay. Continues watching the fight.
Oh, God.
A round goes by again. Hey, Schaub. Hey, man, what do you think of the fights? I said, well, it's only the second round, man. Let's see what happens. I'm waiting for the last two fights. I got close friends in them. Yeah, what do you think's gonna happen? I don't know, man. Let's wait to see what happens. Literally about to freak out. Then I put my hood back up. I didn't think it could get any worse. I'm not making this up. Nothing could get any worse. Rhonda's walking out. The guy stands up, goes, bros, I'd hit that. Who'd hit that? I'd hit that.
Oh, God.
And then one guy in the corner goes, not a chance. No way, bro. Way too big for me. I bet I could whoop her ass, though. This is what I had to deal with.
Did you? I hope you stepped up. That's.
I look at Tony, and I go to get up, and Tony goes, nope, not. They're clients, man. Sit back down. I'm just mean mugging. I'm like, no way.
You should have said.
Rhonda was walking out, and then
beat this whole room up.
Well, yeah, I was close to doing it because I was trying to be respectful of Tony. And then as Sarah McMahon's walking out, half the room goes, oh, I got McMahon easily. And then finally I said something. I said, are you guys fucking kidding me? Easily? I bet you this doesn't go past 2 minutes in the first round.
Is that what you said?
The room goes silent. It goes silent. Ronda wins. I go, yeah, and walk out. Disappeared. That was my night.
The end. God bless you. They deserve that.
It was horrendous. It was terrible.
By the way,
then when we're leaving, my favorite sushi spot in all of LA is Hara off Wilshire.
Yes.
I freaking love it, right?
Yeah.
The guy tells Tony, hey, man, well, I got a better spot than that. The guy could have just let us go. We'd been over it. I hate you. See ya. Yeah. But he goes, you got to go to Sushi King. It's just up the street from it. No, I tell Tony, bro, I don't want to go there. Tony's driving, right?
Yeah.
So Tony goes, no, well, let's try it. It's a new spot. We go there. When my night couldn't get any worse, this sushi was the worst. We left. They brought one roll out. We tried it. We left. We paid early, left, went to Sushi Hara.
Yeah.
Horrible. Well, that was my night.
That's like sitting on a plane next to. I can see those kind of guys coming a mile away where I realize I'm going to be wedged between two dudes. With
Bro,
their,
that's like you being on a plane being like, hey, Brian. Hey, Brian.
the worst thing in
You,
the world.
you know
It's the
Tim
worst.
Montgomery? How would I know him? He tells jokes in our office.
There's something about, like, I'd rather be recognized by a young kid who's just excited then we can talk than a dude my age who, there's something about that where they have to now attach stories to The Hangover. It's always The Hangover.
For sure.
And the stories go nowhere, but it's so what happens is, I think what it is you just got to produce a lot of energy. You know, you want to read or something, and now you got to talk to them about. And what it is, they dude, we do your character.
Yeah.
And bro, and you were in Old School too, right? Yeah, that was my favorite
Yeah.
movie. I got a story for you, and you're like, and you have to act interested. It just takes
You
extra
have to.
energy.
Otherwise, you're a dick, Brian.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're. I don't mind it, right? I wasn't disrespectful to these guys. I thanked them for having me over. Blah blah blah. I don't mind it. I don't mind if I meet someone they're educated, like they know what's going on. Like on Saturday, I was working at Gold's Gym. This guy came up to me. I was in the middle of my workout, recognized me, asked for a picture. I take a picture of him. I sat there and talked to him for 30 minutes about fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're knowledgeable, they're
Well, it's
educated,
always
I'm down,
it's a
man.
privilege when
I'm
people
down.
like you. I love
For
when
sure.
people. I love when people see. You know, I always appreciate when anybody like recognizes me. I love it. I'm always.
But the 50-year-old with Cheeto fingers and the Grateful Dead shirt,
Who needs a
I literally want
motivational
to be
speech.
like, bro, turn the fights off. Come with me in the back. Give me those Cheetos. Wash your hands off.
I gotta revolutionize your life.
Listen, man.
We gotta have a talk.
We gotta have a talk.
Yeah, we gotta have a little
We
talk.
have got to have a talk.
Gotta have a little talk.
Yeah, man. Someone needs to do that to that guy.
When off record, when we were talking about the Ronda McMahon fight, you said not a shot. You said McMahon doesn't
Not
have
a
shot.
chance.
Yet I was watching her older fights. I was impressed with her boxing. I was impressed with her wrestling. She looked so strong, and I was worried for Ronda. Why weren't you worried? Why
Just
did you-
because, listen, Sarah McMahon has one fight in the UFC. You get launched into the main event against the greatest female fighter of all time.
Yeah.
First of all, that's a big enough task if you had 10 fights in the
Yes.
UFC. Let alone, you've never been on the big stage. And listen, listeners, don't be like, well, she was in the Olympics. There's about 8 spectators when women wrestle in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So that's not the same. Don't give me that shit.
That's
That
true.
is not the same as
that's very
headline a UFC
Yeah.
in front of millions of people. Then you got Ronda Rousey, who's ready to go. Just fought 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Are
and
you
she's also-
kidding me?
she's also such
and
an
when Sarah
extreme competitor.
walked out, I was like, oh man, yeah, she is nervous as hell.
I could see it. She looked terrified.
She's never had her back against the cage in her entire MMA career. What happened? She goes balls to the. I told Ron this. I said, this is what's going to happen. She's never been in a main event before. She's going to shit her pants. She's a wrestler, so she's going to be stubborn. She's going to be excited. She's going to come straight at you. She's probably not going to go for a takedown. She's going to assume you're going to think that. She's going to try and get you against the cage. As soon as she does that, you got to reverse, get her against the cage. Bam. That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Gets her against the cage. And Ronda, what people don't realize, Ronda's knocked out, I'm not exaggerating, several training partners with that exact knee in practice.
Really?
Several. She broke all her toys in training camp. Knocked everyone
Wow.
out. She promised her team she would drop her with a body shot. Promised
Really?
before the fight.
and what was
promised.
that? What was that knee? How was that set up?
It was a liver shot. The thing that makes Ronda so much better is Sarah McMahon stronger than Ronda Rousey? Probably. Yeah, pound for pound, probably. She's probably a little stronger. If we go in the weight room or they wrestle, she's probably going to be a little stronger. Ronda's positioning is so damn good. It just takes away the
so
advantage.
she was setting up that liver shot.
Oh, yeah, setting it up.
Because she knew she was baiting her into it essentially.
Yep.
And then boom,
Bam.
she hit it once. She used it twice.
The first one just was all right. The
Staggered
second
her.
one, it landed on the liver, though.
And
There's
that's a
nothing
bad
you can
situation.
do. And this is the thing. People say, oh, it's an early stoppage. Is it?
No.
Ronda got off 5 to 6 unanswered punches.
Yes.
Because they're lighter weights, no one's getting knocked out. If that's heavyweight, 2 unanswered punches, someone's going to the
It was a
hospital.
very good stoppage. That's ridiculous. It was a very good stoppage.
It's a defenseless fighter. You got to stop the fight.
Yes.
Where are we going to wait for?
She needs to live to see another day. You don't want to take that many
No.
punches.
And now Ronda has some time off. The other fights, moving on, listen, Pat Cummins, Daniel Cormier, DC's a tough fight for anyone if you had 12 weeks to prepare for, let alone 2 weeks. And the thing you got to remember about Pat Cummins, he's an amazing wrestler. He gives all of his frits in the training room. He's a monster. He's been trying to get in the UFC forever. Pat has 4 fights at a very, very low level.
yeah.
I don't care if you're look at the Olympic wrestlers we have in the UFC. Those guys are still trying to put it together.
Yep.
Just because you're a high-level wrestler does not make you a high-level UFC fighter.
Right.
For Pat, honestly, I'm glad he got the opportunity. Now he has a contract, but it could not have went any worse for him. It just couldn't have. I wish he would have, the nerves got to him. You see the nerves got to him. He was in a rush. He was in a rush. He was in a big rush.
It was all a whirlwind for him, wasn't it?
It's just, you're shot right into, but that was the only way he's going to get his contract.
Yeah. I mean,
and he hyped the fight.
You don't want Cormier. I mean, you would never in boxing put Pat Cummins in with Cormier. You'd never have that.
A thing Kenny Florian said to me when we were working on set, he goes, I got to be honest. He goes, and I'm joking partially, but I'm surprised they sanctioned this fight. A guy with four fights, a guy with four very low-level fights, and another guy who has this crazy experience, who's beat the who's who of the heavyweight division and won the Grand Prix in Strikeforce heavyweight division. And then here's Pat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's very similar to a kid named Brendan Schaub with 3 fights and fought a guy with 30 fights, former world champion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
But listen,
it's unfair. Actually, is what it is.
It's a learning lesson.
It's called the UFC.
It's called the UFC.
It's called the UFC. It's called the Big Show.
The UFC, sink or swim, my man. Sink or swim.
If you want to be in the Big Show, that's what you got to deal with.
That's what you got to deal with, man.
And Pat,
it's what you signed up for.
And Pat's not. It's not like Pat's a weakling. I mean, Pat, like you said, is as good a wrestler as it gets. But, of course, he was dealing with a guy who I would imagine Daniel Cormier is not only a better athlete, not only stronger, but also a better wrestler, and he's got very good hands.
True.
I'm so impressed with Cormier's hands. Am I right to be?
For sure. They're getting good. Yeah.
I mean, would you say, I'm sorry to do this to you, but would you say Cain Velasquez has the best hands in the UFC?
Come on. Get out of here.
He's got good hands.
No, Junior Dos Santos probably has the best hands.
Well,
I'd say me or Junior Dos Santos are better boxing than Cain.
I saw Cain put a bang on Junior like he was a drum.
Oh, really? Boxing? Really?
Yeah.
He stayed on the outside and boxed him? Or did he close the gap and just dirty box him and take him down?
Well,
please educate
you call
yourself.
It dirty boxing.
You got a timeout.
Boxing.
No, I need you to take.
I call it boxing.
I need you to hit the showers.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit the showers.
So do me a favor.
Do me a favor. Take
when
the
you
showers.
fight Cain.
Yeah.
Please don't let him put his head in your chest, because he's going to do that.
I encourage.
And can I ask you? Really?
Horrible matchup for him. Yes.
And please don't let him. And you're not going to be able to stop his takedowns. We know that.
We know.
We know that. You're not going to be able to stop his double leg, and you know I care for you. I don't want you to take that fight. I don't want you to take the fight.
Get the hell out of here.
I want you to respectffully decline, and I want you to say I'm not ready, and this is why. Cain will put his head in my chest, bang on me like a piñata, and then he'll take me down. And my jiu-jitsu is simply no good against the cage when he's posted up and driving elbows into my face. So I would like to respectfully, decline.
You're an idiot. Get out of here.
Listen,
stop this. You're trying to get me fired up. I'm sweating, as you can tell. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating.
Please offer to buy him a drink.
But I'm drinking. Carry on.
And
listen, I don't turn down fights like Alistair Overeem. Guess what? That's a weakness. I don't turn down fights. There's only one guy who can turn down fights. His name's Alistair Overeem.
Right.
The rest of us can't. There's no turning down fights.
Nobody turns down fights. Now,
anyways, moving on with the fights, Brian.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Warm hand to your face.
But before you go on, with a guy like Patrick who's that outclassed, where does he go from here? He's got 2 more fights in his contract.
Well, now you're back in the UFC. Now, all right. Now everyone they kind of know your name. At least people are familiar with you.
Yeah.
Now the UFC is gonna give him a favorable matchup. Maybe give him a guy who's not ranked in the top 3 in the world. Maybe give him a guy who's not ranked, in the top 10. Now give him an equivalent of a guy with his experience. Let's see how Pat does. Yeah. And then that's the real determining factor. But listen, Pat, I think Pat's going to have a great career in the UFC. Is he going to be champ? Listen, it's hard to say. He has a lot of work to do. He's a little older.
How old is he?
I think Pat's 33.
He's not going to be a champ.
Way to stay positive, Brian. That is my friend.
Just not all due respect. He's a good man, but that's a very tall order. I want to ask you before we go on.
Can we talk about Roy McDonald and Damian Maia?
Not yet.
I got a great story.
We're on Daniel Cormier. We're on my
that.
boyfriend Daniel Cormier, and I want to know what you think is going to happen when Cormier fights Lyoto Machida if he goes up to 205, which he probably won't, or is he going to stay at 85? Because he's going
to stay at 85 and get a title shot. It's the stupidest question I've had today, and I've had some dumbass questions.
What would happen if he did? What would happen if he went to 205 against?
I don't
Cormier?
know. What happens if Uriah Faber fights Cain Velasquez?
Hey, dude,
is that what you want to do?
Hey,
is that what you want to do?
Excuse me. My boy Machida fought at 205 for most of his career. So
but he's at 85 now, and he's going to have the next title shot. What else you got?
What do you think?
No more stupid questions.
Okay, then.
You want to see what happens when DC fights John Jones? Because that's more likely going to happen. They're in the same division.
What do you
Brian.
think is going to happen?
I think John Jones is just too long for him and is too creative.
Really?
I think
Can't solve that problem. He's going to do what he did to Rashad or what?
similar. I just think he's too much for him. The only person that matches up with John Jones,
Cain Velasquez.
no. Oh, my head hurts.
Oh, sorry.
My head hurts.
Sorry.
Is Alexander Gustafsson. That's it.
Well-
he's the only guy who can match John Jones, skill for skill, height versus height. The rest of the division just can't. I think we'll see it with Glover Teixeira. He's too compact and he's too slow for John. John's too creative, too well rounded.
Wow. Okay.
Any other dumbass questions?
Well,
were
were you surprised by the Rory McDonald outcome, Damian Maya?
So Rory, this is funny. So Lex McMahon, our manager, we have the same manager. And Wednesday morning, Lex and I are at breakfast going over some contracts. And Lex gets a call from Rory. And Rory sends him pictures. He goes, bro, I was cutting an avocado and stabbed myself with a knife on accident. He was cutting an avocado. The knife went through his hand. This is Wednesday.
Damn it.
Sends Lex pictures. Lex like, oh, hell no. Can you fight? Rory's like, yeah, if they let me fight, I'm still down to fight. But it's his jabbing hand. And you're fighting arguably the best jiu-jitsu practitioner in the UFC in Damian Maya. So grip is very important, especially when you plan on jabbing him to death like you did, some other guys,
Yeah.
Jake Ellenberger, Diaz. He uses his jab a lot.
Yeah.
So it's a huge tool for him. Well, that tool is gone. That's why you didn't see the jab too much when he fought him. So Rory tries getting through customs, gets stopped at customs. They stop him at customs, keep him hold there. He's having a horrible time. Finally gets to Vegas. Dr. Davidson checks his hand. They clear him to fight. So he fought that fight with basically one hand. That's what's crazy.
That's crazy. That is
The first round could not have went any worse for him.
Yeah.
He gets mounted. He gets taken down literally in the first 30 seconds. What was priority number one, don't get taken down in the first round by Damian Maya. Then he gets mount. And then I was just like,
By
this is
Damian
not
Maya.
good. But then Rory weathers the storm and beat the brakes off Maya. I think the difference was, granted, Rory's super talented, is more of Damian Maya gassing out. He just couldn't keep the pace. He
Which
gassed
is weird
out.
to me. Why would he gas out? He's not training
I
properly.
think, yeah, true, but I think, which
That's
is weird for an
inexcusable
experienced,
to me,
I
man.
agree, but for an experienced guy, it was weird. I
Don't
think
lose
he
because
blew
of
his load on the first round trying to fish him in mount, had his back,
his
all that
adrenaline,
stuff.
he-
Exactly. He thought he could, Damian Maya gets mount, he finishes 99% of the world. Roy McDonald just happens to have great jiu-jitsu defense, got back to his feet.
Well, I would imagine the loss to Robbie Lawler built a fire under his ass because, by all accounts, it feels like. What do
You would think.
It didn't, though.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is he? Is he little? Maybe he's got to go through. If maybe Rory's got to go. Well, he just won, so listen. He's so talented that it seems like he's.
The 170 stacked. I don't know what's next for Rory. Obviously, he's going to get a top 5 guy. Who's next for Ronda?
That's what I was going to ask
And
you.
don't give me that Cyborg bullshit. Do me a favor, Cyborg. Quit taking steroids and make 135 before you even put your name into the hat.
can't
You're
make
not even fighting in the UFC. What are we
Can't
doing?
Make 135.
What are we
How is
doing?
Cyborg going to make 135?
I don't know. We might as well put a wig on Uriah Faber and
Dude,
give him a tan.
when you look
it's the
at-
exact same thing.
When you look at Chris Cyborg next to her ex-husband, they're the back. When you look at them from behind,
Very similar.
They're exactly the
She
same.
looks like Wanderlei Silva
She's
with
a
braids.
very big woman.
Yes, it's not cool. It's not fair. 100% what she's doing is not fair. You're
Well-
not in the UFC. Quit tweeting stuff. Quit putting your name out there to fight. Ain't happening.
Yeah. Well,
You're on steroids.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if she still is, but I would imagine.
I would imagine, Brian,
Yeah.
yes. You
Well,
think that? Have you ever seen a girl that looks like that?
No, I've not.
Thank
Nor
you.
have I seen a girl with a voice that deep.
Never.
That's clearly.
You ever seen a girl with
testosterone.
knockout power like that?
No.
Nah.
She'd bang on any woman in the division like a drum.
She'd
'cause
beat the
she's a
shit
guy.
out of you, that's for sure.
Well, you haven't seen me against the cage, and you haven't seen me when the chips are down.
No, honestly, do you think you'd take Cyborg?
Me?
Yeah. No, the other guy in the room. Yeah, you.
I do not think I can take Cyborg.
You don't?
I've seen her fight. She's the best woman ever. And
Well, she's not the best.
she's
Ronda's the best.
First of all, she's bigger than me, probably, right? And she
probably walks around about
got-
170.
she's got a little more
She probably walks around about
testosterone.
170. She for sure has higher testosterone.
I don't want to be mean because I don't look. She's a woman. I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of athletes take steroids and stuff like that. I just think that
No, she's been caught for it.
Yeah.
We're not assuming shit here.
Yeah,
If you test positive for steroids, I'm going to assume for the rest of your career you're on steroids.
what did she fight at? What weight? Didn't she fight at 45?
145. She's
Yeah.
never made
Which
135.
is hard to
she's
hard
never
to suck down to.
145.
So she's not going to be able to suck down at 35, and that would be a very different thing.
Well,
I think
Dana said it's not even. It's almost worthless for us talking about it because everyone wants to see it. But even Dana said, "Listen, Cyborg needs to go fight a bunch more and needs to fight in other leagues and make 135 before we even consider bringing the UFC."
Yeah.
Guess what's not good for UFC marketing? If Cyborg is your champ with bulging shoulders and has been tested positive for steroids before, you don't want that as your women's champ.
That's right.
Otherwise, we'll
Nobody's
spray
gonna watch.
paint
Nobody's
Uriah
gonna watch.
Faber, put a wig on him, and then all right,
Yeah.
if that's what we want, that's what we're gonna
yeah,
do.
nobody's going to watch that fight.
No, it would not be good for marketing.
I think that's what's so amazing about Ronda. I mean, Ronda, when you're watching Ronda is like very feminine in a lot of
sure,
ways.
yeah.
She's pretty feminine. She everything about her is female, and yet she's
she's
such
just
a
badass, yeah.
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 And that's kind of what. And you can look at her,
And that's
you
also
can-
why people like Misha Tate too. She's a
Absolutely.
badass and
Absolutely.
she's really
and when you
pretty.
look at them, you know they're not taking steroids. Like when you look at them, you go, those are athletic women who are like just working as hard as they can to be as skilled as they can.
sure.
So Ronda beats people on skill. It's not like Ronda
100%.
necessarily beats
She's
people.
not- no, she's not
beating
the
them
biggest.
on power. She's
No.
beating them on skill.
Pure
man.
skill.
Yeah, and that's what makes her so marketable and so amazing to watch. But I would actually argue that part of also what makes her amazing is her intensity, that extreme winner in her, that
Super intense.
face when she's
Super
going. It's
intense.
crazy.
Yeah.
No one has taken that away from her.
No, good luck.
It's amazing.
Good luck.
It's amazing. That kind of intensity is just astounding. to
Good
me.
luck with that.
Yeah, a fighter. Mean. She's got a mean streak.
Meaner than I am.
Yep.
I don't have a mean streak. Not a mean guy.
Yep.
Just want to win.
Don't mess
Not-
around.
Yeah, not.
She's gonna win. You know, if you're in her way, you're gonna have some trouble. Thanks, Brian.
Wow.
Let's hold-
Wow.
hold-
if
hold
you're in Ronda's way, she wants to beat
I
you.
was trying to use a metaphor.
You went to New York and you hung out with some of your artsy friends. I got a feeling you did because you for sure came back stupider.
Actually, New York doesn't have any artsy people. It's more like you hang out with bankers and people like that.
Well, there you go. You hung out with bankers.
I hung out
talking
with three
numbers.
people who produced my movie that's coming out, and they're so wealthy. They just make crazy money doing things you and
Is
I
this
would
the
never
guy I
think about
met?
that. Nope. The three guys that just are New York dudes, and they just make so much money doing.
What kind of money
things
we
you would
talk- what
never-
kind of money we talking about
$50
here?
million.
Each of them.
Yeah, like they're entrepreneurs. They're just young guys, like in their 30s and 40s, and they've made so much money doing crazy things. Like a guy's like, I'm in the music business. I go, what do you do? He goes, well, I'm in publishing. I go, what does that mean? He goes, I own the lyrics and the music. I don't own the master. So if you ever want to play a ringtone of a song, if it's in your toothbrush or if it's on a plane or it's in an elevator, you got to pay me. Another guy owns phone numbers. I go, how do you make money? I make money in a stupid way. I go, how? He goes, my buddy told me he makes $30 million and he doesn't even have to go to the office. I go, how? He goes, he bought up all these phone numbers. So 1-800-HOSPICE, 1-800-MATTRESS, whatever it is. He owns those phone numbers. He leases those out to people all over like the country.
For sure.
And he gets a monthly fee, and that's how he makes his money. That kind of stuff. I never even think.
It's
that
crazy.
Way. I never think that way.
Yeah, me neither. I got the guy who owns my management, Jeff Aronson owns Cash for Gold.
There you go.
You don't realize, I mean, literally, people send in their jewelry. I was at their headquarters. People send in their old jewelry. It comes in these, bags.
Yep.
They wash it, they melt it down, melt your old jewelry down, and turn it into these Scrooge McDuck bricks of gold.
Yep.
And that's all he does. That was his idea. And you know who's buying all of his stuff? The
US
government.
government, yeah.
The government buys all his gold.
Yep.
And he's just balling. Isn't that a weird concept?
It's
Who
how
comes up with
people
that?
make money that way. It's crazy, and they make a lot of money. Some people make
Tons of
fortune.
money. Tons
but
of
that's but this is relevant to what I wanted to talk about because that's a mindset. So whenever you hear a politician saying, "Let's tax the rich and give to the poor, we'll make the world a better place." People like that are rich because they have a mindset, because they have a philosophy, because of the way they think, their belief system. It's a whole structure about the way they grew up. If you want people to make more money, you have to teach people to think that way.
Yeah.
That's very important. And it's a little bit like fighting. Like you always run into these guys who are like, I want to be in the UFC, and he's sitting there rolling around in the gym, and he's a big muscular guy who played
Huge.
football.
Oh, for sure.
And he's like, I'm following your footsteps. That's going to understandably make you a little angry, and you're probably going to have to tie him in a knot and give him a little beating.
100%, yes. Not the way to
and,
go.
And the reason for that is because he's assuming that it's easier than it is.
Yes, because he's big and strong, and because he was the captain of his football team, and they see guys like myself, Mitrione, have done pretty well in the UFC. He assumes that he can do it because maybe he had more tackles in college, or maybe he ran a faster 40. It's a lot more than that, my man.
How long does it take to be a really good fighter? 10 years?
I can't answer that. I can't answer
It all
that.
depends,
I
right?
cannot answer that. I have no idea. You know,
But you're a very different fighter now than you were 10 years ago. Very different.
Oh,
I mean,
night
you're
and
a
day.
very
I'm
different fighter
different
than
from
you
LA.
are from 2 years ago.
What the Brendan now would beat the living shit out of the Brendan 2 years ago.
You would.
Not even a competition.
Really?
I watched my Gonzaga fight
foot and
for
more kind of
it was 3 years ago in Anaheim at the Honda Center. I watched that fight, and I'm just like, oh my god,
Can't
I would
watch it.
destroy that. Yeah, I'd just destroy that Brendan. Or I watched the Ultimate Fighter fights, and I can't believe what I was doing on there. I was just super cocky, super confident in my skills. But I watch it, and I'm like, dude, bless you.
So you would not have gotten knocked out by Big Country. What was the mistake you made when you got knocked out?
What the man? You have to bleep that out. What? You went to New York and came back with the stupidest questions.
I just like
The mistake is I got punched in the face, Brian.
I love torturing him.
Good
Gotta
God.
keep, bro. Can I be honest with you?
Gotta keep your hands
Listen,
up.
Gotta keep
You know
your
what?
hands
The
up.
guy from PF Chang's told me that.
Gotta
Thank
keep
you,
your
Brian.
hands up, bro.
Thank you.
And your knees got to touch when you go for the double.
Thank you, man.
Didn't
We're-
do that.
You know what happened? You know, off our show, you got Roy Nelson, myself, both ranked in the top 15. You got, Mitrione's has had a good career. So
Yep.
it's the three of us doing pretty well after that show.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's interesting to see the Ultimate Fighter. And now, let's talk about this. Now you got Gilbert Melendez, Anthony Pettis, who are the next coaches on the Ultimate Fighter.
That's going to be a good
I
fight.
feel like I might take some heat for this. I feel like the Ultimate Fighter needs to do something else. It has to do something else. Just having Gilbert Melendez, Anthony Pettis isn't enough. I don't know. I don't know what we need to do. I have no idea. But I'm in the business. I'm an alumni of Ultimate Fighter. I can't make it through an episode.
The straw weights.
You mean because it's boring?
Even worse.
I mean, the girls, right?
Sweet. Straw weights, 115. Producer DJ says straw weights, 115. Amazing. So we're going to have all decisions.
Yeah.
All decisions.
Yeah.
You have Gilbert Melendez, who doesn't really talk shit. Anthony Pettis really don't talk shit, which is why some people watch. Then you have 150-pound straw weight female fighters. Oh, this just shouts ratings. Am I crazy?
No.
Am I going crazy here?
Yeah, it's tough.
What do you do?
You talking about a reformat of the show?
I have no idea. Listen. The real world was like, man, our ratings suck. We need to mix things up. What did they do? And I watched the crap out of it. They moved all the people in the house in San Francisco. Then, without them knowing, they moved in their exes for some drama. Oh, it's drama.
Oh, that's
one
interesting.
girl's pregnant. One girl's hooking up all these guys. I can't get
What?
enough of it.
I like
Real
it.
world explosion.
Wait a
Shit
minute.
is legit.
What is this? And what is the show?
The real world? You know the real world.
Oh, yeah, the
Where
real
6
world.
people live in the house. It's real.
Why don't they do
real
that with
world.
fighters? Oh my God, it'd be a disaster.
So, how about in the fighters? How about in the house? You import their girlfriends and wives, and they have to stay in the house with them. If they have kids, you bring the kids or
That'd be
some
some
shit.
drama. That'd be some drama.
That's what you want. You just want chaos.
Yeah.
Because hate to tell you, straw weights fighting to decisions every damn episodes, and Gilbert and Anthony Pettis, it just doesn't do it for me. Call me crazy. I don't know.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. You need drama. We watch drama. You need conflict.
Well, this is the thing, and this is where the Ultimate Fighter's gotten a little weird on it, is you want drama, but you want legit contenders. You want guys who are legitimately going to go into the UFC and make some noise. We're not seeing that in these last couple of seasons. You're just
because
not.
the caliber of fighter.
The caliber of fighters.
Did you see anybody in the? And did you see anybody in the? You didn't watch it, probably. Ronda
What?
and Misha's Ultimate Fighter. Did you see? Are any of those girls?
I
would any of them?
I
give
didn't watch it. I literally,
What?
I can't even make it through an episode. I don't know what to tell you. I know I sound like
the
a
girl who
hater.
won the Ultimate Fighter. You wonder if she would.
She blew her knee out, tore every ligament in
Yeah.
it. For
Yeah, Juliana.
what's her name? The Venezuelan vixen.
Yeah.
She blew her
Juliana
knee
Pena.
out. Yeah. So we're not seeing her for about
About
2
a year.
years. Good
2
luck
years,
with that.
2 years.
Unless you're freaking Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
So, any other questions? Any other brain
Is there any
busters,
word on
Brian?
Anderson Silva coming back? Because he says he's coming back.
Holy
Except
shit!
this year.
Really?
He's walking
That's the
now.
rumor.
He's
He's
walking.
That's what Dana's
Man.
saying.
What'd you say?
That's all hype. That's what Dana's saying.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't
He's not
think.
coming
I don't
back.
want to see him back this year. I don't want to see him come back.
He might
How
roll
about
this year.
How about CM Punk? CM Punk wants to do MMA.
Who? Why?
CM Punk from the WWE, Brian.
He does?
He does.
It's a big boy. Do me a favor.
Yeah, he's not that big. He does jiu-jitsu.
Dude.
I think he's a purple belt.
Yeah,
Aren't
dude.
you a purple belt? You get rolled up by CM Punk, and he fakes wrestles. How
Hey,
about
dude,
that?
Hey, excuse me.
He fakes
Can I-
it
can I
and
be
gets
honest
paid a
with
lot
you?
of money.
Can I be honest with you? He's stronger than you are. You know that,
Come on.
dude. And he's a very good athlete. And look at me, dude. He may be a fake fighter. He's a
Fake?
winner.
No, he's not a
Guy's-
fake fighter.
Guy's a winner.
He's a wrestler.
Guy's a winner.
He's an entertainer.
Guy's intense. And I don't want to see you fight him because I would be worried.
Seriously though, you CM Punk, who would win a fight?
He'd kill me. He's just too big.
He's not that big.
Dude,
he might be 190 pounds, 185.
Is that it?
He has some chops on him.
I got.
Quit being such a sissy.
I gotta look him up.
There's no way you're
How
looking
old
him
is
up
he?
because your phone's supposed to be on
Don't look at
airplane
that
mode.
phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it! You
I'll
know
look
it's
him
not
up.
on airplane mode.
Damn it.
How about Ariane Celeste and Ronda getting into it?
A little bit, huh?
And it all stems from when Ronda was in Maxim's top 100. They asked her about, Ariane and Brittany finishing ahead of her, if they will finish ahead of her. She made some comments how, she it's not even in her business to make money and pull out her titties, and that's all Ariane
basically
does.
She's saying that Ariane doesn't do anything.
Exactly.
And
And Ariane took offense to it, rightfully so. Makes sense. Someone calls you out, makes sense.
Yeah.
But Ariane went wrong when there's a reason you don't see Ariane do a ton of interviews, right? She listen, she's a ring card girl, so you're not gonna see her do a ton of interviews, rightfully so.
She's not a wordsmith.
Yes, she's not. Yeah, she's not gonna win a spelling bee. Let's put it that way. She's just not.
It's not her strength.
It's not her strength. Obviously, she is a gorgeous girl, very nice person, always been nice to me.
Great girl.
However, the last thing you want to do is talk shit to
Don't
Ronda
talk-
Rousey.
don't talk
because
smack with
as
Ronda
good
Rousey.
as a fighter Ronda is, I don't know if you guys
a
know
better
this,
smack talker.
She's her and Chael Sonnen were right neck and neck. If Ronda wants to talk smack, Ronda is very educated.
Yeah.
Not the way to go, Ariane. Not smart.
Yeah.
And then she talked about how she's Ronda's not a good look for young girls. What?
Ronda is.
What? First of all, she's the best women's fighter of all time, paving the way for everyone. There wouldn't even
history
be
making.
female fighters in the UFC.
Making.
History making.
Yeah.
Ariane.
Downright
And
history
I'm going to
making.
use your boy Kevin Hart here. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it real simple. Stay in your lane.
Gotta stay in your lane.
Gotta stay in your lane.
She was
You can't
probably
talk
just-
stuff about the fighters.
Yeah, she was.
You know what? I get it. Ariane was probably just felt a little, she talked stuff about her holding the ring card, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
and
she got
I might
defensive.
be a ring card guy. So
That's my thing. Joe Rogan tweeted out, "How about?" and he tweeted at you at Brian
I haven't
Callen.
seen
Yeah,
the
don't
tweet
look at
yet.
it. Don't
I
please don't
can't
this
open my
podcast
thing.
up. We're
No, no,
almost
no.
done.
Exactly.
So he tweeted it out that males should walk around the cage when females fight, and he recommended you. He said you would do it. Is this true?
yes, I would.
You 100% would do it.
I'd have to tan up a little bit.
Would you put on baby oil?
I'd put some baby oil on.
Would you
maybe do a little
shave? Would you
working
shave
out.
your chest?
I don't think so. I think it's better if I'm a comedian. I got a hairy chest and a little bit of a
You
hairy
gotta
belly.
shave, bro. No.
I mean, it's not attractive, but I don't have to be.
Well, no, we need
if
you
I'm actually-
attractive.
If I'm actually trying to be sexy, then
Yeah,
there's
we
a
need you
problem.
sexy up there.
Then there's
we
a
need
problem.
like David Beckham walking around there.
There you go. But by the way, I'm not that impressed with that guy's body. By the way.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no.
Are you hating on David? Oh, I saw. God, what's her name? What's the supermodel? Crazy supermodel. No, she's older. She's in all the commercials.
Kate Moss?
I saw Cindy Crawford.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Santa Monica getting coffee. Cindy Crawford walked through the door. I'm talking show stopper.
Oh, yeah.
I've never. What is she? 50?
Yeah.
I've never seen a more beautiful person
about my age.
in my life.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Never seen a more. Literally, she's 50.
She looks like she's from outer space. That's why she was the most.
If aliens came to this earth,
Yeah.
they 100% are taking two women.
Dude, I
Ronda
saw her-
Rousey
I saw her
and
when she
her
was younger.
because she's ridiculous.
I saw her when she was younger. I saw her like 15 years ago, and I remember just going, "What in the?" I went. She looks like she's from outer space. Everybody else looks like they're in black and white, and she looks like
It
she's
does.
been
It's like
dipped
she's
in
another
gold.
planet. And how she
crazy.
looked that way, she hasn't had plastic surgery, right?
No, she's just
She's
got
born
it
with
going.
crazy genes.
The reason she was such a like she was the most famous model in
She's
the
like
world.
she's basically a super. I think they call them supers. She was a super.
She was wasn't she the first supermodel or something? I don't
She's
know.
up there.
One of them, yeah.
She was. I'm telling you, man. Literally, it made me forget what I was went to the store to get. I've never had that. I never get flustered. I saw her and was just like,
I love that.
what the hell was I doing here?
Yep.
And I'm with Tony. I go, dude, look at that girl. I said, how old do you think she is? He goes, I don't know, 32, 33. Try 50, my man, with her daughter.
Yeah, I've met her at Jeremy's house. Jeremy Piven has parties, and she'll come over with her husband, and it's hard not to keep staring at her. And the
It's
point of
tough
that-
not to stare
but
at
The
her.
point of that story is that I hang with very, very important people.
You do hang with important people.
But I remember looking at her going, we were talking to her a little bit about just nothing, kids or something, and I was just looking at her going, she is ridiculously pretty. And then she
it's
looked at me
crazy.
and she goes, "You're one of the better looking men I've ever seen." And I said, "Thank you. My name is Brian Callen." She goes, "I know exactly who you are. You're my favorite stand-up comic."
Yeah, she had me sign her kid's forehead. It was
That's really
weird. Yeah, and then she
interesting,
bought me a cappuccino.
Brendan Schaub,
And it was actually
right?
a diccacino.
Brendan Schaub, aren't you?
She gave me a diccacino, had me sign her kid's forehead.
I want to cheat on my husband with you.
I know, it was weird. And then she was like, "Oh, let me get an Instagram picture." I'm like, No, we're not doing this. You're married. We're in Santa Monica.
Please.
I have friends around here.
Please take a picture with me.
It was ridiculous. How about I went out to dinner on Friday night with a group of friends. We're in this private room in Katsuya.
Katsuya.
Yeah, we're there. And we're in this private room. I walk out. I see this girl I used to date. She's there with her new boyfriend, this kind of gnarly dude with a beard. And obviously, he knew we talked before. And this guy is just giving me the devil eyes.
Oh, really?
And my buddy goes, "Do you know that guy?" I go, "I have no idea who he is."
He was all bunched
but I used
up.
to date his girl. And my buddy, and it's true, he goes, "You know what sucks? There's nothing he can do.
Not a thing.
Not a thing." But I went in the bathroom.
I hope it didn't get in your face.
I went in the bathroom and I heard people getting up. I'm like, I'm taking piss. I'm thinking to myself.
I hit you in the
I'm
back
thinking
of the
True
head.
Lies. You know how True Lies, how he had those glasses on, you
Yep.
could see behind him?
Yep.
I was thinking, damn, I wish I had those glasses. And then two, I was staring at my phone, but it was black, trying to see the
That's a smart
reflection
move.
behind me.
By
Like
the
True
way,
Lies, son.
That's a,
like
if
True
I want
Lies.
to take you out, I wait till you go to the bathroom.
You wait till I go to the bathroom,
Yes.
got
Or-
my man piece
Right.
out, and then you're going to attack me when I'm very...
Either that, or I watch a lot of Cain Velasquez fights. I do exactly. I put my head
You
in your
dirty
chest.
box?
I put my head.
Well,
in
Shane
I dirty
Carwin
box.
couldn't do it, but sure, yeah.
But I put I dirty box the shit out of you.
Well,
and then I
my
take you
daycare
down.
was Shane Carwin doing that to me, so yeah, that's a bad idea.
that right?
Anyways, back to my story.
Shane's a little stronger than Cain, isn't he?
The strongest I ever come to the UFC. Anyways, so I use my phone like True Lies, staring at this guy come in the bathroom. He doesn't do shit, but
He did come?
He came in there. He came
See,
in
that's
there.
scary. What if he had a syringe and he was like, "Go to sleep now"?
I know. Then
you
what
woke
do
up all tied
This
up.
is my thing, though. Okay, so we dated the same girl. Okay, so
Was he a big guy?
decent. I mean, he looked like he did some CrossFit, maybe. I don't know.
You gotta-
Maybe he did some CrossFit on the side.
Gotta be careful.
Did some CrossFit. Had his collar popped up for sure. So I knew he was a tool.
He had his collar.
He had his collar popped up.
Well, that's,
so I see the collar
that's
popped
not a
up.
good situation.
Automatically, you can't fight. You're a tool.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Two, bro. All right. So you're jealous because I dated a girl. You're heated up about it. Get over it, man. Hate to tell you, she's dated other people.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dime piece. She's obviously going to date other guys. Get over it. It's his own insecurities. And what did you think was going to happen? Let's say you came into the bathroom and picked a fight with me when I got my schlong hanging out. Guess what? Even with one hand on my schlong, I'm
gonna
going to
beat
whip
him
your
up.
ass.
You're gonna beat his ass.
Yeah. Spinning back elbow with my schlong in my hand.
Spinning black
Yeah.
elbow with your schlong?
Yeah. Oh, and guess who's putting it on YouTube? This guy.
But what if he?
We all know I love
But-
my social media.
but
That's
what-
going to be on YouTube because I'm going to piss on your face.
But here's what he should have done. What if
I'm
he,
going to piss on your face.
But wait a minute. What if he saw you? You turn around with your schlong in your hand, and he went, "Oh, never mind," and pulled his wong out.
And he had a big old ding-dang?
And it dwarfed yours.
Sweet,
and he
man.
was like, "Dude, I've been hitting places you never even.
You know what I would say?
Had a chance
You know what
to
I'd say?
reach."
How's my pee-pee taste?
Ah!
Little Tim Sylvia line for you. How's me
Sylvia.
pee-pee taste?
How's me pee-pee
And-
taste?
Or Andre Arlovsky
He was
said
like,
that Tim
he
Sylvia.
went. He was like, saw your shoulders, then saw your nub, and went, "Never mind."
He went, never mind. Sorry, bro.
How about this, dude? And pulled out a big old something that's more home on a mule. That
How-
had a
how-
vein
how-
the
how-
size of my index finger.
How weird is that, though?
and it made noise.
How weird is that, though? The guy
very
was
weird.
just so intense. I
Actually-
could feel the negative energy right away. I look over, I said, he for sure has his collar popped. I for sure dated that girl. Oh, this makes sense.
Or if he had come in and gone, you're so hot. I like you so much. Don't tell my girlfriend I want to kiss you. Let me put it in my mouth.
Oh, whoa. Is
that weird?
What the hell?
Where'd I go?
No, what
Too
happened to
much?
the badass
I'm
True
just going-
Lies?
I'm going through scenarios.
No, I'm talking about badass. I'm thinking badass stuff
I'm
here,
going
man.
through scenarios. Maybe he wanted you. Maybe he was looking at you with lust, and you mistook it for
Or
devil
maybe he
eyes.
wanted like my workout program or something.
Yeah, or
see?
maybe he wanted to see what you look like.
Maybe
from
he's a
behind.
really nice guy.
Could have been.
Or maybe your phone's covered in fecal matter because you hold your freaking phone while you piss.
Well, why would it be? He
Are
doesn't-
we missing
he
this?
doesn't
We're
poo-
missing that one
Bro,
point.
he doesn't poo out of his wiener.
Fecal
He's got
matter.
piss on it. He's got shit on it.
Why would he have shit on it? I don't know. Do you tuck
What?
do you tuck your willy into
I'm
your
just
crack?
saying, that's so gross.
do you
I
tuck-
don't.
He's holding
do you tuck
it
your-
up.
confused
you
too.
tuck your
Wait,
dick into the crack of your ass?
Are you the guy who doesn't grab mints from restaurant because you think they all have piss all over them?
Yeah.
No,
you're that
I-
guy.
I don't trust-
You're,
He's the guy
you're like
who
Ben
talks-
Stiller off Along Came Polly.
I don't trust people like you who are holding their phone in one hand and pissing in the other.
Oh, really? I do it all the
He's
time.
the guy who doesn't wipe and tucks the head of his wiener into his crack.
It's just so big, I have no place else to put it.
I guess so.
Well,
it's like an
this
elephant
took a
trunk.
weird turn. All I was saying.
Say you. I think it took a fun turn.
Have you ever had that, Brian? Obviously, you're married, but you're older,
What's
dude.
that? What's that?
Jealous, like guys, the girls you've dated, you've ran into them with their girls,
Yeah, I've had that, and I'm not.
and you for
big like
sure
you.
got beat up.
Yeah, I mean,
Did the guy hold you down?
Those guys will try to beat me up, but I'll answer back because I got a lot of tricks in my. I got tricks. Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever had any problems like that?
Yeah, I had a guy, but I get so mad that I will.
Do
fight
you? I never lose my cool.
I
ever.
will. Well, I'm insecure. In other words, you can beat him up, but I don't know if I can beat him up, so I get really angry, and then I'll fight you.
Really?
I will fight you.
Over a girl you used
No,
to
if
date?
you're giving me the stink eye,
What
and
are you- what are you,
say something,
13?
and you say something to me, and you want to fight me, I'm not going to back down, unless you're a fighter. I don't know.
You're for sure 47
I
years
never
old.
have
though.
that issue though. I don't have any like I don't. I'm not looking to compete with anybody.
Me neither. I don't give off that vibe. I do not care, man. I hope
If
they get
anything,
married
I'm
and
gonna
have
compliment
kids.
the guy and make him feel like he okay about himself. I'm not gonna.
For sure, I'm
You know what I
with you.
mean? You got to be like, whoa, the dude's like, he's a stud or whatever. I'll say something so that energy goes away. I hate that kind of negative. Ugh.
I don't like confrontation. Speaking of confrontation, I have neighbors who go nuts, man. They the music's loud for whatever reason. My bedroom wall to their living room is just super thin where I live. I don't know why. And they're late 40s, maybe 50s, doing drugs, loud music, blah blah blah. And the husband or boyfriend, when they're moving in, recognized me. He's like, "Oh man, big fan." Blah. I'm like, "Cool." So there's the understanding. Don't do this shit. Like, obviously, I live next door. Let's not have any problems. First night they move in, party. Again, I want to have a motivational talk with them because they're 50 throwing parties because they moved into an apartment, which is weird. So they're having these parties. First night I let it slide. Week goes by, again, loud as shit. So I bang on the wall. They stop the music. 2 days go by, another party. But I can hear him like doing drugs, right? And talking about cocaine, all this stuff. I bang on the wall. His wife starts talking shit to me through the wall. I can't cuss on the podcast, but starts, "Oh, bleep this and bleep you. What are you gonna do? Bleep, bleep, bleep." I'm banging on the wall. She's like, "All right, you asshole!" Shouting the top of her lungs.
Wow.
So I put earplugs in, right? I'm not like, dude, I don't want these problems. Who knows what she's doing? They're 50. They're obviously some bigger issues at hand.
Yeah.
So then,
Sounds like cocaine.
So yes, cocaine.
Cocaine
That's what
rage.
they're doing. So then the other night, again, it's going. I'm like, all right, forget this. I pay way too much money. I bang on the wall so hard, I knock my picture off. She goes, "Hey, F you. Why don't you come over here and do that?" And I'm like, oh, hell no. I sleep in undies. You know I wear undies.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go
Tight
over there.
ones, too.
Super tight ones.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go over there, but I'm waiting because I can hear there's like 3 or 4 guys in the room. So I'm just doing a head count in my head. I'm like, all right, it's
How many
probably
guys
3
do
or
I
4
have to
guys.
fight?
Yeah, I'm like, probably 3 or 4 guys, but they're for sure all over 45. Not an issue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and wreck some shop,
Yeah, you're
right?
gonna beat up
Cocaine
everybody.
or
You're gonna
not,
beat up everybody in the room.
I'm gonna beat everyone
And
in the
then
room.
some
I
hearts
might fall on the
some hearts
ground.
are gonna stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even like cocaine. I just like the way it smells. So then,
Exactly.
So I'm trying to listen to how many voices, and I hear her yelling at her husband. Go, "Why don't you do something? Why don't you go over there?" And her husband goes, "Really? really? And the other guy's like, yeah, why don't we go over there? This is crystal clear. I can hear this. He goes, why don't you go over there? So I'm like, these dudes are about to come over to my place. So I start putting on my shorts. Then I hear the husband go, really? Me go over there? He gets out his laptop. I hear it go silent. He brings up a highlight tape. Not making this up. I hear him go.
No way.
I hear the room go, oh shit. And then the husband goes. Then the husband goes. You go over there now. You go tell him to fucking quit banging the walls. You go tell him that.
Good for her husband.
I haven't heard a peep since.
Damn right.
Nothing.
Damn
I was on the
right.
elevator with him. We just stared at each other. Just stare. And you know me. I'm the nicest guy ever.
Well,
I just stared through him.
my friend, she doesn't know a lot about sports, and she said to me, we were hanging out with Brendan one time, and she was with some other people. We were all a group of people, and Brendan went home. And she goes, I don't see how he's that tough. He just seems like really nice. He seems too nice to be a fighter. I mean, he just doesn't seem like he'd be that, like, he could really actually beat a lot of guys up. I was like, you need to understand something. When you see a lion sleeping in the zoo, they look kind of cuddly until they're taking down a giraffe. Then it's a very different story. Brendan's a little bit the same way, except for
Sorry, I got
minus the
personality.
mane.
Sorry, I got
Minus the
personality.
mane.
Mine's the main. Sorry, I got a
the
personality. You tell
And
her
instead
I
of
will
being
take
yellow,
a warm
he's
hand to her
brown.
face. Brown.
Look, the fact of the matter is, until you've been in the octagon, and I have been,
You've been in many times.
yeah, I've stepped in on a movie set. You don't know what to expect.
I think we've covered all the fight. We have the one fight we did not cover. I'll finish. I'll stop telling my damn crazy LA stories. But the one thing we didn't cover is there is a fight in China on the Fight Pass in Macau. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. That's it.
Well-
hey, Fight Pass, UFC China Macau, starring
No.
Matt Mitrione and Sean Jordan are on there. That'll be a good fight.
That'll be a good fight.
You got a text from Mitrione, correct?
did.
What'd he say? Because
he-
I for sure haven't heard
Well,
from him.
I had text
and
from-
we were good friends.
Well, I texted
and then
him
you
a couple
fight, you
times.
blow his eye out, and you get this huge victory on national TV. And God, man, it's whatever.
No, I think he just.
And I'm doing great, and I'm in the sun, and I live
man.
on the ocean,
Hey, man.
oceanfront property.
Hey, I don't like you right
I drive
now.
an M6.
Hey, I don't like you right now. Quiet down.
My girlfriends are all 10s.
Hey, dude, quiet down.
I'm sorry, man.
Nah, Matt's
Rich
a
as
great- Matt's a
shit.
great
Yes,
guy.
I got a huge bonus.
Hey, man.
A huge new contract.
Dude, I'm hating you
He
right now.
blew his eye out. No,
Hey,
what were you saying though?
Why are you making fun of Matt?
I'm
Matt's a
not
good
at
man.
all. I love him. I just never hear from him. I don't know why.
No, I think that he went. He just said, he kind of went off the.
Listen,
the
after
end
a loss, it's awful.
Yeah,
I've been there, man.
That's why, and I think he said that. He goes, just I was having a tough. He probably is going through a tough time with other stuff. Who
Personal
knows? I
stuff.
don't
Is
know.
that what he said? That's what I assume.
He was very general about it. But
So
I
let me
think
get
he
this
seems
straight.
Like he's back.
He
He's doing well.
texted you before me.
Yeah.
And said what? And
Well,
what?
no, he just wanted to. He was looking to talk to Rogan about something. He didn't say.
Oh, gotcha.
So he just said, "Hey, let
So
Rogan
you're the
know
middleman.
Yeah, that's all. But and I said,
I think he knocked Sean Jordan out in the second round.
really?
Yeah, listen, all fun and games. Matt's footwork and speed and athleticism is really second to none at the heavyweight
amazing,
division.
yeah.
When Matt shows up with his head right, Matt is an absolute nightmare, and he is raw. Matt is raw, but he's gaining experience. Just because I went in there and took him down and choked him out, don't get it twisted, man. Granted, it might have looked easy. It was not easy.
Yeah.
I did that against many guys. I've choked out some of the very best in the world with that choke, so Matt has nothing to hang his head on. Matt's going to have a great career. He already has. I think he's, 6-3 in the UFC. He has a good career, and he came in with only 3 fights.
Right.
Do not sleep on Matt Mitrione. And you'll see against Sean Jordan. I bet hopefully his personal life is all taken care of. I know he's training in Indianapolis and some in Chicago, so he might not be with the Black Zillions anymore. But Matt is a handful.
He's a
And I
handful.
think we'll see
He's
him.
a real athlete.
And
He's a legit
athlete.
pro
the guy
athlete.
spent 5-6 years in the NFL.
That's a big
and
deal.
the thing is, if you talk to Matt Mitrione, the reason he's so good at smack talking, Matt is a very smart guy.
Yeah, he is.
Very smart. So I think we'll see him come back with a win in Macau, and I hope he wins, man.
Yeah.
I really do. I like Matt.
Matt, reach out to Brendan.
Please, Matt.
He misses you.
I mean, I have all the friends I can handle, but please reach out to me, text me or something, man.
I know. It's true. He's a good man. And we wish him luck. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Fighter and the Kid.
This is the Fire and the Kid.
I'm going to be in San Francisco this weekend. By the way, I want to thank that we had a lot of people in New York who came up to me and said they love The Fighter and the Kid. So
Yeah?
thank you. Thank you, my New York crowds. We sold out 4 shows.
New York
So
in the
very
house,
excited.
Bronx in the house. Don't forget your Fire and the Kid t-shirts.
There it is.
We will blast them out. They're selling like hotcakes. We don't have a lot of big sizes left.
Well, we got to
We're
order
gonna
more,
make an
and we're
Instagram video.
redesigning our T-shirts.
www.thefighterandthekidshop.com.
But we're
for t-shirts.
redesigning, and we're gonna have underwear as well. We have to
Underwear
talk-
built.
we have to go
Underwear
talk about
that are
that
gonna
right now.
fit me because I like my shit tight.
You got well. That's why you're sterile. Here's the thing, guys.
Here's the thing. Brian wants a thong. This is why we haven't produced him yet. Brian wants a thong, and I refuse to wear a thong.
I believe in thongs. I fight.
I believe in
thong.
whitey tighties though.
I fight in the
In
thong
camo
division.
whitey tighties. That sell,
Yeah, that's so
say
weird to
built
me.
for dance.
There you go. Built for war for the girls. Built for dance for the guys. We'll see you
Well,
later,
we
kids.
might want to reverse that. That's our plug. Brian's in San Francisco this week or next week?
this weekend.
Brian's at Claim Jumpers in San Francisco telling jokes.
Punchline.
Come and get your...
Damn it! I'm at the
Ribs.
Punchline in San Francisco.
He's at Claim Jumpers off Fisherman's Wharf, dishing out soup,
It's
dishing
all you
out
can
clam
eat shrimp and
chowder.
clams, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you like bread bowls? Because Brian will scoop out your bread bowl.
Clams and giggles.
Clams and Giggles, San Francisco.
By the way,
Fire the kid.
you're on
We're
fire.
out. Peace.
You're on fire.
I'm on fire.
You're on fire this podcast. Thank you. We'll see you later, kids.